it's me, OGDuffy, and I am back with a video. 5 bargain PS3 games that you can buy now for £1 each. Oh yes, 5 games, £5. But not just that. Oh no. These aren't just games I've pulled out the pot and just said they're £1 each. Yeah, any old toot like FIFA and the likes. But these are 5 games that I have picked personally, and also I've looked them up on Metacritic for their reviews. So it's not just my word, it's the public's word as well, guys. So let's, without further ado, dive on in, go take a look and see the 5 games for £1 each that I've selected and the public have also recommended. £1 each. Honestly, I'm not winding you up. Let's go. Before we get to those 5 games, guys, we've got to grab a beer, as always, because, hey, you've got to stay hydrated, my friends. Oh, yes. Going straight in. I'm going in on the Heineken, guys, because it is midweek, after all. So a nice drop of Heineken to keep me throat lubed up. Those good people that are already subscribed and watch the channel know I keep banging on and on about the PlayStation 3. The reason being, it looks such a great system still, but it's the price of those games. Honestly, in my sort of vlogs that I do, quite often when I have a Sunday afternoon gaming session, I do end up putting on that PS3. So anyway, I have chose you 5 games, guys. Now these are a real mix of games. We've got a sports title, we've got a racing title, we've got some adventure, and we've got some shooting going on. Because hey, the PS3 is full of great shoot 'em ups, or not so much shoot 'em ups, but first person shooters in particular. These are all £1 each, so for the layout of £5, you are going to get 5 absolutely amazing games. So, let me down my beer. Well, not all of it. Else I probably won't be talking much sense. And then we're going to go to them games. I'm ready. Are you? Game number 1, people, is this. Resistance, Fall of Man. But if you watch my channel already and my vlogs and stuff, you knew I was going to mention this one. That's why I pulled it out of the bag first, honestly. It's a first-person shooter. The storyline is brilliant. It's basically sort of set in the World War, but a bit of a spin on World War with aliens coming along and changing the course of history as we know it. And it's a first-person shooter. It's graphically really good. The weaponry in it is really good. And for £1, I could not believe how good this is for £1. It still looks stunning. It plays stunning. And it's an amazing game. I've been banging on about this. There's also Resistance 2 and Resistance 3, which I do have on the shelf, but I think they were a little bit more than £1. So as you know, we're only doing 5 games for £1 each. So this is my first choice. Honestly, Resistance, Fall of Man, £1 whole. Metacritic score, 86. So all in all, this is not just rated by me, guys. This is rated by the public out there too. So for £1, jump on board. Next up, we're going sporty on you, but none of that FIFA, none of that PES, no soccer or football games, okay? It is Virtua Tennis 3. Now, those that know, this was a Sega release back in the day on the arcades. Virtua Tennis, such a great tennis playable game. The difference with this one, again, it was £1. It's got lots of little mini games in it. But what I liked about it, me personally, was the tournament. So you go in, you develop your tennis player, and then you sort of do a world tour with them, entering competitions and all that sort of stuff, and seeing how far up the rankings you can go. It's graphically looks really good, but playability, it plays really well. I don't really know what more to say to you, really, apart from that. Like I say, but the bit for me is creating your own character and putting them on the world tour and all that. So, another game for £1. So far, we've had a first-person shooter and now a sports title that isn't football related. Thank God, because hey, them charity shops, there's far too much FIFA in this world. But anyway, let's get to the third one. Title number 3, people, is Gran Turismo 5. Gran Turismo as a franchise needs no introduction. You've all heard of it, I'm sure. I mean, PS1 was when this first come about, wasn't it? I'm sure. Was it PS1? I'm sure it was PS1. Hey, I'm getting old, you know what I mean? And I do remember owning the very first one. There's been quite a few spin-offs now, and it still lives on today. But for £1, this, as a racing sim, is really, really good, okay? I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of the online play on these games I'm showing you now, the servers may have been shut down by now, probably on some of them, if not all. But, as I say, for £1, if you're on a budget, right, and you put that in your system for £1, you are going to have great fun with this. I mean, just visiting all their different classic cars. There's over 1,000 cars in this game, over 20 locations, and I mean, you can upgrade and all that sort of stuff. So, what's not to love with that? So that's the racing title. Let's do number 4. This next game is an adventure game, so the 4th title is coming in with a massive meta score of 92. So, don't argue with me if you think this title's rubbish. Argue with Joe Public, because they rated this 92. Now that is a big, big score. And talking of adventure, don't come much better than that, does it? Uncharted 3. This one is Drake's Deception. You can't go wrong with this sort of game. I mean, some people aren't keen on the game format because, you know, you sort of follow the pattern of the game and stuff, but £1. Honestly, graphically it looks great. It's still a great, great game, and they're just great games, mate. And £1 each. Honestly, I can't get over how good the games are on the PS3, and these ones in particular, all at £1 each. But the next game we're looking at, and the final one of the 5 that I'm showing you, it's got the highest meta score. Oh yes, it has. Let's go see what it is. With a whopping meta score of 95, it is LittleBigPlanet. Yes, £1 whole, LittleBigPlanet. Play with everything. Welcome to LittleBigPlanet, an amazing new world where anything is possible. Take control of your very own Sackboy. Yes, he's sort of spawned a bit of a generational thing, wasn't it, for the PS3, Sackboy? Oh, yeah. But honestly, graphically, brilliant. Really, really good game. And as I say, you just get in there, interact, start running around, doing your thing. It's a really, really quality game. And like I say, the meta score speaks for itself. So, LittleBigPlanet, £1 whole. And that concludes it. But let's summarise why I still think this is such an amazing system and why these games are so, so good. There we have it. 5 amazing games for £5. Honestly, check them out. 5 games for £5. Absolute bargain on the PS3. You cannot go wrong. Prices may have changed at time after this, but it was recorded on this date here. So, as of that date, they are £1 each, or were £1 each. Might have gone up, you never know. But anyway, guys, I keep banging on and on about the PS3. And I really don't think you can knock it or fault it. It's just such an amazing system. And it still graphically looks really good. Now ask yourself this. What does £5 buy you today? Not even one of these in most pubs here in the UK. Unless you go to Wetherspoons, of course. And then you'll probably be alright. But anywhere past Wetherspoons, you're probably looking at a good £5 a pint easily. Especially London. £6.5, £7 a pint. Anyway, enough about beer. PS3's where it's at, guys. Now, over to you. What other PS3 games that are cheap, cheap, cheap would you recommend? Drop in the comments as always, guys, because I appreciate reading all of them comments and I answer every one. Unless it gets lost in the YouTube algorithm, of course. But anyway, I've been OGDuffy. I look forward to reading your suggestions. Look after yourself, stay safe. If you don't already do so, hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you a penny, guys. Oh no, all of this is free. Unlike them PS3 games, they're £1 each. Did I mention they're £1 each? Maybe once or twice. Anyway, guys, look after yourselves and remember, this beer is for you and we're toasting the PS3, guys. All the best. See you on the next one. Laters.